Carl Jung said, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of its parents." Most men today are carrying that burden and being crushed by it. Welcome to Men of Power. This isn't for the weak, the passive, or the comfortable. This channel exists to remind you of who you are, or who you could be if you stopped hiding from your own greatness. Today, I want to hit you with a hard truth. Uninteresting men are put in a box, not because they're evil, not because they're wrong, but because they are forgettable. And in today's world, being forgettable is worse than being hated. Stick around because I'm going to break down the system that cages weak men and, more importantly, how you can break out of it and become the kind of man that cannot be ignored. Tell me in the comments, what do you think makes a man unforgettable? Your answers could end up in a future video. Part 1. The box society builds. Let me be clear. This box isn't made of metal or stone. It's psychological. It's made of expectations, shame, fear, and comfort. Society trains boys to suppress their fire, to be nice, not strong, not bold, just agreeable. From a young age, most men are taught to blend in. Get the degree, get the job, get the house, but never ask who you are. Never ask what you're really capable of. Because the system doesn't want powerful individuals. It wants obedient consumers. Carl Jung had a name for this trap, the persona, the mask you wear so society accepts you. But wear that mask too long, and you forget there's a face underneath. Men who lack depth, purpose, or fire are quietly put into boxes, cubicles, routines, dead-end lives. And the worst part is, they don't even notice. They think they're playing it safe. But safety is the enemy of greatness. Have you ever caught yourself living on autopilot? What woke you up? Your story might be the spark someone else needs.
Down these back roads I've been roaming, trying to find my own way home. Long lost in this world so wide, searching for a place to lay my pride.
Part 2. The Stoic Counterpunch. The Stoics faced hardship without complaint. Why? Because they believe in something deeper. Virtue, strength, control over one's self. Marcus Aurelius led armies and an empire, and yet he wrote in his journal every night to stay grounded. That's power with humility. Epictetus was a literal slave, and yet he taught kings. They knew something that modern men forget. You don't control the world, but you always control your response. Uninteresting men crumble in adversity. Powerful men are forged by it. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." So if you're going through pain right now, good. Use it. Let it shape you. Because the man who avoids hardship never builds strength. Start small. Wake up earlier than comfort wants. Say no to distractions. Train your body. Master your impulses. Drop stoic in the comments if you're already living like this or if you're ready to start today. Part 3. Nietzsche and the Will to Power. Friedrich Nietzsche saw the danger of modern men becoming docile and soulless. He wrote about the Übermensch, the man who creates his own values, who rises above the herd. The will to power, he said, isn't about domination. It's about self-overcoming. Most men today are taught to play it safe. But safe men don't change the world. They follow the rules. They ask permission. They seek comfort, not greatness. The powerful man breaks his chains, not with violence, but with discipline, creativity, and courage. He doesn't follow trends. He doesn't need to be liked. He speaks truth, even when it costs him everything. I want to hear from you. What's one rule you think real men should break? Drop it in the comments and explain why. Let's start a real conversation. Part 4. Escaping the box. To escape the box, you must become undeniable. And that starts with self-awareness. What are your weaknesses? Where are you lying to yourself? What part of your life needs to be burned down and rebuilt? The man who asks hard questions becomes hard to control. Start reading the greats: Marcus Aurelius, Jung, Nietzsche, Musashi. Train like a warrior, eat like one, sleep like one. Cut weak habits, replace them with rituals. And most importantly, build silence into your day. Not scrolling, not noise, silence. That's where your real voice lives. If you're on this path already, comment, "I refuse the box." The man who escapes the box doesn't just build muscle, he builds mind. You don't rise by accident, you rise by design. Every single day, the world hands you two things: distractions and decisions. Most choose distractions. The powerful, they choose discipline. Start small. Wake up before the world, read one page that makes you sharper, do one rep you didn't feel like doing, sit in 5 minutes of discomfort without reaching for your phone. You stack these wins, brick by brick, until your mind becomes a fortress. Remember, a man who thinks clearly is a threat to every system that thrives on confusion, every algorithm, every false pleasure, every empty dopamine trap. They want you numb. You stay dangerously aware. Power isn't about dominating others. It's about owning yourself. You don't need applause. You don't need permission. You need a mission. The modern world has confused comfort with meaning. But the truth is this: a man without struggle starts to rot. So make your struggle sacred. Wake up with something to prove. Not to others, to you. You were not born to be average. You were not built to be liked. You were forged to lead. Your ancestors hunted, built, conquered, and now you're here, alive, breathing, with a chance to become something more. You are the return of the man. So carry yourself with quiet fire. Walk with presence. Speak with weight. Decide like a king. Because once you escape the box, there's no going back. And there shouldn't be. Here's the truth, brother. Most men will die in that box, never realizing they were trapped. They will live quiet lives, complain about politics, watch sports, and wonder why nothing feels meaningful. But not you. Not if you take what I said today seriously. Subscribe to Men of Power. Every week we go deeper, harder, sharper. If you're tired of soft advice, welcome to your new home. And share this video with one man you know is capable of more. Be the spark that lights his fire. Now I leave you with this. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do that. Because what the world needs is men who have come alive. What's one action you'll take this week to become unforgettable? No fluff, just truth. Post it below. I'll be watching.